What's up everybody, this is Ryan here. So unfortunately I'm gonna have to go off script because I forgot my script, and as you can see I am out in the middle of the wilderness. But what I thought I'd do with this video is two things. So number one, I just wanted to share with you the beautiful wilderness that I grew up in. One thing that a lot of people probably don't realize about me is that I am most certainly not a city kid. I do live in the city currently, but this is where I grew up. This is what I did in my spare time, was to run around and hang out with the trees and the rocks and the moss. So I know some of you people are from fairly rural areas, but some of you might sort of grow up in the cities, and so I thought it might be just kind of a nice backdrop to share with everyone. Anyways, the point of this video is basically two things. Number one, I just want to say thank you to all the people who have supported me over the past couple of years with this wiseAss project. I hope it's clear to people by now, but I really never try and present myself as an expert, and this entire sort of setup with the videos, the live streaming, and the Slack community, and now the Discord channel that we have going, everything that we have going has really just been a giant experiment. I'm not an expert. I am what I am, but I really just have to say to everyone, it's probably a lot weirder for me that I'm sitting here giving you, information about Android and software architecture than it is for you. In fact, it's definitely weirder for me. But people seem to keep giving me nice feedback, and one thing that has been just an absolute win from day one is I've met some wonderful and incredible and talented people, and these people have done everything from help me with my projects, help others in the wiseAss community with their projects, and really just be a couple extra friends for me, which is just absolutely wonderful. So I just want to say thank you to those people. You know who you are. I talk about you and hang out with you online all the time. So anyways, what I wanted to do with the other thing I wanted to cover with this video is starting in 2016, I thought it might be a good idea to try and do some live content. And so basically what that meant is, at first I thought I would endeavor to build entire applications live on camera. Now, I tried that a couple times with my really early videos, and I will do it again, but I found out pretty quickly that's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult to sit there for 3 hours and try and explain and build code live. And but one thing that I really enjoyed is I love doing the live content, but one of the things about live content, as you've probably noticed, is that it's live and anything can happen. And so the purpose of this video, beyond just saying thank you, is to I wanted to put together a list of highlights and lowlights of different things. And since I'm such a nerd and I love separation of concerns, I've kind of separated them out into categories. And so for the rest of the video, basically what I'll be doing is I will be taking you through this beautiful wilderness that is my home, introducing different sort of segments, and most of all, I hope this will be entertaining for you. It's definitely something new, and like everything else that I do on wiseAss, it's a great big experiment. So thank you so much, and hopefully you like the following content. So I just wanted to tell people, unfortunately, I was born with kind of a nerve thing, which is, well, fortunately not degenerative, but what it means is that my hands always shake. Always. So my camera work is not the best, and there's really not a lot I can do about that, but hopefully you will enjoy these beautiful views. Anyways, well, I didn't really plan to do anything really educational for this video, but in this next series of clips, I thought it might actually be useful to kind of teach a lesson here. And really the lesson is that if you're ever interested in doing some kind of live television type thing like what I do, or live streaming, one of the principal rules that you're just going to have to accept is that you're not always going to be in a good state of mind, or you're not always going to be rested or not pissed off when you make these videos, or when you're talking to people live, or when you're teaching people live. And really the fundamental secret, well, there's two of them. Number one is keep the train wreck moving and just roll with what's going on. Don't dwell on it. You really just got to flow with it. And number two, well, it's more or less the same thing, but you have to expect that now and again you're going to screw up, you're going to say something stupid, and like I say, you're just not really going to be in the right frame of mind to really be doing what you're doing. But the thing about it is that when you develop the ability to get your work done even when you're not in the right state of mind, and when you can be okay with things not necessarily going perfectly, or you not necessarily being as articulate as you'd like to be, then as long as you can accept that, then you're going to be able to just be more consistent in what you do. So I haven't taken many Sundays off of doing my regular live streams, and a big part of that is, like I say, whether I'm tired, stupid, inebriated the night prior or whatever, I still try and get my work done. And, well, as we'll see in the next couple of clips, sometimes the result is, well, hopefully it's at least amusing for you. Oh yeah, I almost died. I don't actually need to do that. Never mind, we're just going to close that. For some reason in my pre-made project, I had these three in here with the same values, so we don't actually need to do that right now. I'm sorry about that. That's, and I was in the wrong file anyway, because I was in styles views. Oh man. This is why I never think of myself as a genius, because basically every workday I make stupid little mistakes like that, and it's very good for the ego. Alright. I'm going to pull up a notepad, and this is something that I actually do. Oh, it's not behaving, you stupid thing. Ah. Sorry. And again, like I just finished me doing something stupid. I just accidentally dragged the, yeah, we're not going to be able to do that because I just accidentally dragged my notepad window to a place where I can no longer click and drag it away on my other monitor. Or how about, let's do this. There we go. Okay. That was annoying. Just like, are you serious? But I'm going to be adding a chat component to it. And, oh yeah, voice cracking at 23 years old. That's great. What's up everyone, this is Ryan here, and today I've got a very special sort of episode going on here. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be chatting with my friend Darel, and so we're going to cover a whole bunch of topics, and a lot of it is going to be kind of focused on software architecture. But first and foremost, before we get to that, let's just have a quick moment here and sorry, I totally fucked that up. Let's do that. RX Android 2 is because it's sort of like a little subset of RX Android that helps out with Android schedulers. We're going to see that there's actually difficulties that we need to overcome with the... my brain just shut down. With the schedulers, sorry. Me to oh. Hey, Bilal, I'll take as much fucking time as I want to answer questions, and if you don't like that, then you can leave. Just saying. So, and you know what, again, like, if you don't like my long-ass explanations where I try and go into as much detail as you like, feel free to fuck off. Like, I really don't care. It's free material. I remember as a kid, I could walk up this mountain and barely break a sweat. Now I'm so winded I can barely friggin' talk. And I almost swore there. That was very close. Oh yeah, I almost died. Starting to look a little more like civilization. It's only about 15 feet down there. I just learned something. It helps if you press the record button. All right, everyone. Well, I have literally walked up and down a mountain, and I'm tired and rambling and incoherent. But yeah, we've seen footage of me basically losing control of my emotions and me acting an idiot, which isn't super hard for me. And you know, that's just a feature of having hundreds of hours of live content on the internet. But fortunately, every now and again, we're going to have moments where we're not so proud of what we do. But since there's hundreds and hundreds of hours, there's also going to be a couple highlights along the way, and some moments which I am particularly proud of. So what I'll do is I'd just like to thank everyone for coming along with me on this little journey. Hopefully it's been entertaining, and for the last segment, let's hop into what I will call the actual highlight reel. And to end this, I would just like to say thank you so much. This is really just the beginning. I know that's a very cliched statement, but stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more from wiseAss and a lot more from Ryan, and yeah.
It would be like impossible to test, and we just really don't want to do that. But fortunately for our project manager, we don't work at Apple, and we're actually concerned about doing a really great job and writing good code. The first time I can recall having difficulty learning something takes me all the way back to grade 1, and I think I was like 5 or 6 at the time. Now, amusingly enough, my grade 1 teacher was a kindly German lady who we referred to as Mrs. Reppen, or Mrs. Reppen, as I like to say. To this day, I actually kind of joke that our first class went something like, okay, class, it is time for us to learn the numbers 1, 2, 3. But actually, joking aside, Mrs. Reppen spoke great English, and she was a very good teacher. Every language has its different idiosyncrasies. Like, I was learning German for a while, and German grammar is just, I'll say, gefickt.
This will be kind of funny. This is totally off topic, but... Oh, is it still visible? Oh, there's that friggin' seagull. Yeah, piss off, buddy.
Lol.
So, this is, again, totally outside of Android development, but Zedric asked a number of questions which are vaguely philosophical in nature, but I think I understand partly what he's asking. I'm not sure if he's actually trolling or not, but actually I don't really care, because they're still interesting questions anyway. So one of the questions was, what things hold you back from doing the things you really want to? At this point in my life, nothing, or very little. I don't really listen to stimulus, whether it pops up in here or it's other people. I don't let other people define or tell me what makes me happy and what the best life choices I should make are. I let outside sources influence that conclusion, but at the end of the day, I'm working my ass off and I'm depriving myself of sleep, and I'm eating a really, really highly nutritious but boring diet, and I'm not seeing my friends a huge amount, and all these kinds of things, because at this point in my life, that is exactly what I choose to do, exactly what I want to do, and exactly what interests me. So, yeah, to vaguely answer your vague question, that's basically it. Now, in order for me to get there, it took an enormous amount of struggle and learning and self-examination and hardship, physical or otherwise, to really realize that there's no one around me, even smart people I respect and love, that really do truly know what's better for me than what I know. And yeah, that's basically it. Cultivate your own opinions. Understand that you are fallible. This thing up here might tell you that you really want a pizza right now, but that doesn't actually mean it's true. You can get some distance from that. And then once you start to enjoy what you're doing and be passionate about it, then that becomes the fuel itself. Now, in order to get there, I had to go through really negative stuff because I'm inherently a really negative person, and I'm driven by fear and getting back at people and rage. So I have to kind of balance that and realize that that's a part of myself that I need to use to motivate me, but that's really the only thing that that part of me is good for. It's not good as a way to look upon the world, a frame of reference to look upon the world. That got really vague and weird, but hopefully that's interesting to some people. I spend a lot of time thinking about questions like that. This is what I wanted to end on, and unfortunately I'm not quite so eloquent as I thought I would be, but regardless of if that whole long thing meant anything to you, what I would suggest is work really, really hard to manage your health and your projects, and everything else will follow given time. It may take years. For me, it's taken years. It may take months for you. Work really hard. Focus on the tasks at hand. Focus on the learning goals at hand. And all the depression, the elation, the excitement, all of that stuff, that's, that has its place. But at the end of the day, you just got to get your work done. You just got to be learning every day. That's it for my big long babble.